Hi Divya, you can proceed with the next debate.
Thank you, Chief Judge. Now we move on to round 3 of this preliminary debate session by TGIS Toastmasters. At this point, there are 2 debates. Let me just share my screen. We move on to round 3, debate round 3. I'd like to call upon now the opening speaker from the team speaking for the motion, Toastmaster Ram Mohan. Debater Ram Mohan, repeat after me, TGIS debate contest. Toastmaster Ram Mohan, just repeat after me. After that, I will call you again on stage. Just checking your audio. I just want to make sure that everybody in your team can see the screen. Because I had Priyanka log out. She was having some issues. That's why I'm just confirming again with your team.
Divya, sorry to interrupt. Before you proceed with that, can you please read out the speaking order and the topic? Stop sharing your screen and then proceed with that.
Okay. So the speaking order goes like this. It is first Toastmaster Ram Mohan, as per the screen. Toastmaster Ram Mohan, Toastmaster Sneha, then it is Toastmaster Ernest, then it goes to rebuttal Toastmaster Priyanka, and then it goes to Vinod Bhatia, and then Toastmaster Benjamin. I'll just keep this 1 minute on screen before I call upon Ram. I'll continue. The topic today in round 3 is college education is essential for success, and I'm going to stop sharing. Round 3.
Divya, sorry to interrupt. Could you please request the debaters of this round to please switch on their video so that the Zoom master can spotlight them?
Okay. All 6 speakers.
Debaters. Yes.
Speakers Ram Mohan, Sneha, Ernest, Priyanka, Vinod Bhatia, and Benjamin. Can you please display your cameras? Yeah, I confirm. I see.
Just a minute. Actually, there's one judge in the breakout room trying to get that person in here, and then I'll put everyone in spotlight.
Who's in breakout room?
Toastmaster Ram, in the meanwhile, can you come back on? I don't see you. I can see. Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Debater Ram, are you ready? Repeat after me. TGIS debate contest.
TGIS debate contest.
Speaker 1 from the opening team, Toastmaster Ram Mohan. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. We as a team stand for college education is essential for success. Our team would like to define success as any improvement from the status quo. Further, we believe that success needs to be looked at not only at the individual level, but also for the society, the nation, and the human race. Let us see how college education plays a critical role at each of these levels of success. At the individual level, college education is not just about graduation. It is about being in an immersive environment that helps individuals to achieve their full potential and success. In today's highly complex and global economy, college education is essential for survival. According to Wall Street Journal, degree holders are half as likely to be unemployed and save an additional $1 million. I'm sure this enhanced financial well being is a form of success in its own right, as it helps us to provide better for our loved ones. Moving away from the individual, higher education is also critical for an evolved society. Research by Lumina Foundation shows that college education is critical for societal development and that a person is 5 times less likely to go to jail if he or she is college educated. I'm sure all of us would prefer to live in a successful, crime free society than live in the midst of daily violence, chaos, and fear. Looking one level further higher, I quote Harry S. Truman. The purpose of higher education is to promote a robust democratic nation. College is about setting the foundation of an inquiring mind and to promote independent and creative thinking. Throughout history, whenever faced with a crisis, human race has always looked up to academic institutions for solutions. The very fact that frontrunners in COVID-19 vaccine are Oxford University and Moderna Inc., set up by a Harvard professor, highlights the importance of higher education for success. History also proves that seats of education such as Nalanda, Takshila, the Greek and Persian universities have promoted success not only for the individual but for the society and the nation. In summary, college education is not only about individual success but also about the dignity of the human race. It plays a multidimensional role in the success of people to become more tolerant and have the ability to talk to a human being like a human being. We as a team stand for college education is essential for success and call on the House to accept our stand. Thank you, and over to you, Divya.
Now we have 45 seconds of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. I'd like to call upon on stage the next debater from the team speaking against the motion. The opening speaker from the team speaking against the motion, which is Newbies, Showbies, Toastmaster Sneha. Toastmaster Sneha, debater Sneha, are you ready? Repeat after me. TGIS debate contest.
TGIS debate contest.
Over to you, Toastmaster Sneha.
You wasted $150,000 on an education which you could have got for $100 in late fees at the public library. Dear Toastmasters, guests, and my worthy opponents, this quote from the movie Good Will Hunting very aptly describes how college education is not necessary for success in life. Let me tell you why. The whole college education system makes millions of students learn the same information by heart and then vomit it out in the exam. We are basically rewarding students with great memory and not students who can think out of the box. The growing rate of unemployment in the world is proof that the college education system is clearly not working. The world is changing every day, especially post-COVID. But university syllabus is changed once in 5 to 10 years, which means the graduates who come out of college have very little knowledge to be successful in the modern world. College education is expensive and it is only growing every year. Many students take huge loans and get into college without even knowing what career they really want to pursue, and they struggle to repay later. Further, there are examples which shows college education is not essential for success, like Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Brad Pitt, Sachin Tendulkar, Dhirubhai Ambani. There are many such examples who made it big without going to college, which proves beyond doubt that college education is not essential for success. A Stanford University survey says that soft skills as leadership, decision making, people management, and confidence contribute 87.5% to success, and domain knowledge only contributes 12.5%. Unfortunately, these soft skills can only be learned in real practice and experience and not in the classroom. So, therefore, I strongly believe that college education is not essential for success. Over to you.
45 seconds of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. It's time now to call the rebuttal speaker from the team negative, Toastmaster Ernest. Debater Ernest, repeat after me, TGIS debate contest.
TGIS debate contest.
Over to you, Toastmaster Ernest.
Thank you, Toastmaster Divya. Good evening to the audience and guests and the opposing team. I want to make a couple of points in response to the opposing team's first speaker. Although they made very good points, their definition of success means any improvement from the status quo. And for me, that was a little bit vague. I think there are many different forms of success, and that includes things that are not related to college education, things like being a good parent, things like being a good athlete, and many of those things you will never learn at university or at college, and therefore college education does not help you in many ways to reach success in those areas. Another point that the opposing speaker made was that college education helps reduce unemployment. So it makes you more likely to have employment. I think by 50%, I think the number was. But what he didn't mention is that 69% of students that go to university have to borrow money to get that education. And we know that the most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. And having high levels of debt at the beginning of your career is one of the key factors of poor financial well-being later on in life. But the final point that I wanted to make was that the topic is that a college education is essential to success. So by that definition, it means that you should not find anybody that is successful that does not have a college education. And the first speaker in our team mentioned a couple of good examples of people that were successful that never had a college education. And that logically means that it is not essential to have a college education in order to be successful. Thank you very much. Over to you, TM Divya.
Toastmaster Ernest, 45 seconds of complete silence. Okay. Up next is our rebuttal speaker from the Trinity College team, the affirmative team, Toastmaster Priyanka. Debater Priyanka, repeat after me, TGIS debate contest.
TGIS debate contest.
Over to you, Toastmaster Priyanka. The stage is yours.
Our opponents tried their best, but today was just not their day when it comes to successfully graduating from the College of Debating because they presented very feeble arguments. Their first claim that that college kills creativity. Really? Do they know what even creativity means? Creativity is not a sudden brainwave that you will get that if you don't go to college. According to Albert Einstein, creativity is the culmination of persistent intellectual effort, and college education provides a perfect foundation for persistent intellectual effort in all areas of knowledge. Second, they were worried about high unemployment rates in the world, and hence college is not doing us any good. But they didn't go a level deeper. The rates of unemployment are even more amongst non-college graduates, my dear opponents. Then they said the college education is outdated. But unfortunately, they are so parochial in their thinking that for them, college is only about curriculums and getting skills to get a job. I hope they got some wisdom today when my opening speaker Ram made it very clear that college education goes much beyond, and it is about an immersive learning experience that helps you develop as an individual, society, and nation. And these concepts never get outdated, my dear opponents. And then they were so worried about the burgeoning student debt and the financial burden. But if they would have studied economics seriously in their college times, even a basic understanding, student debt in itself is not a problem unless they can table something before the house that most of the student debts get defaulted, they never get repaid, or students take a high amount of time to pay back their debt. Unfortunately, the statistics are totally opposite. The default rate is under 5%, and most of the student debts, even in a matured student debt market like US, gets repaid between 3 to 4 years of the student passing out of college. And then they celebrated the success of Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs. But let me remind them that these people are the exceptions rather than the norm. Do you have any data to say that what percentage of people in the population are entrepreneurs, are these exceptional people? Don't argue on the basis of exceptions. And then you said soft skills, but where is the trade-off? If you have soft skills, good, but it's not that you have to give away some of your soft skills to for your college education. In fact, soft skills and college education put together is the perfect formula for success. All my opponents are respected college graduates, and with a very heavy heart, I can only wish that if they took their college education more seriously and respected it, their argument quality would have been much higher tonight. And in light of their feeble arguments and our very strong rebuttal, the House beyond doubt should pass the motion that college education is essential for success. Over to you, debate moderator.
45 seconds of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka. Okay. Up next, we have the closing speaker from the team negative opposition team, Newbies Showbies. Debater Vinod Bhatia, are you ready? Repeat after me. TGIS debate contest.
TGIS debate contest.
Over to you, Toastmaster Vinod Bhatia.
Had college education been so important, you would have never seen qualified MBAs and engineers struggling for jobs and fighting for a seat for a peon in India. Disturbing visuals that we see on television for a class 4 employee government job where qualified engineers and MBAs are fighting for one lowly paid job. Dear Toastmasters and fellow worthy opponents. We have seen that our team has put valid arguments against the motion that college education is not essential for success. Our first speaker, Sneha, put strongly the points of the relevance of the curriculum. We have seen the practical skills which are necessary for success are not in the classroom. This is what you get outside the classroom. The lack of practical experience can never be substituted in closed four walls. Student fees, this is a huge burden that is weighing down on the students, whether in US or in Western countries. The unemployment rate is taking down all the dreams of these students. So I reiterate our position that college education is by no means a criteria for success. Over to you, Divya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinod. Now, can we have 45 seconds of silence for the judges to mark their ballots? Okay. I'd like to call upon now the closing speaker from Team Affirmative, Trinity College, Toastmaster Benjamin. Debater Benjamin, repeat after me, TGIS debate contest.
TGIS debate contest. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Over to you, Toastmaster Benjamin. The stage is yours.
Good evening, everyone. In affirming the motion, our opening speaker Ram lucidly defined success as any improvement in status quo and highlighted the critical role college education plays in different levels of success. At the individual level, college education helps individuals and their families lead a better life through enhanced financial well-being. At the societal level, it was established beyond doubt that college education directly helps to build progressive, crime-free societies. And at the national level, college education promotes a robust democracy along with an inquisitive and independent mindset. He powerfully summed up his argument by reminding us how institutions like Nalanda and Takshila contributed to the success of individual, society, and nation. In her rebuttal, Priyanka zeroed in on our opponent's lack of logic by pointing out that college lays the foundation for persistent intellectual effort, which feeds creativity in response to the opposition's audacious claim that college kills creativity. By highlighting that colleges are constantly updating curriculum to stay relevant, not to mention the fact that colleges develop timeless traits like inquiry and critical thinking on the topic of college curriculum being outdated. By highlighting low default rates and payback periods for student loans when it comes to college education being claimed to be financially burdensome. And finally, by emphasizing the importance of arguing for the greater truth, not the exceptions, on the point of successful college dropouts. We have done our research, presented our facts, and made our case on the benefits of college for ourselves, our society, and for humanity. We firmly believe that college education is essential for success, and I urge the House to pass the motion strongly in our favor. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Benjamin. We have now, since we've finished round 2, we have 2 minutes of silence, complete silence for the judges to mark their ballots and hand it over to the Chief Judge. Meanwhile, you can do a mental table topic.